All right. Let's just kind of go ahead and keep going with this. So let me just kind of go a little over my VS Code setup. You don't have to do this. So once again, I have like this intro to JS folder up in my desktop. Now I can open up VS Code and I can open it up here. Like so. Now in here, in this, or I can click open and I can find this open.js. Now I don't have anything in this file, so something that I have available is this readme.md. So you can go ahead to that link and click this raw and just do like a command A. And you can in here, if you want to do it this way, you can create your own readme.md and paste that in here. Now this is not too pretty, but this is markdown language. What I can do is I can open preview in VS Code. And now I can have this preview right here of it. So this is going to just enable me to not have to switch between screens. So like I said, this is not necessary. You don't have to do this, but this is how I like to do it. Another thing we're going to want to do, this is something you are going to do, is create like a demo.js file so we can actually run some JavaScript code. Now, something I like to do is move this over to the right. So I can drag and drop this, and then I can split my screens. I can also get rid of this just to give me more real estate. So then I can come in here and do like a console.log. Hello, save it, come to my terminal. Remember, if you don't have your terminal open, you can do this new terminal, or you can also do a shortcut and do Control-Tick. That will toggle open your terminal. Then I can come in here. Let's do an ls, just make sure that that demo.js is in this file, in this folder, which it is. And then I can do a node demo.js, and we can run that. And as always, if you don't want to do this in VS Code, you can come to repel IT. You can create a new REPL, and you can select node, and you can follow along here. I'm going to be using VS Code from here on out because this can sometimes, take a couple extra seconds. Not a huge deal, but I think VS Code's the better way to go. So now that we're here, let's first just talk about this console, what this is, what we're doing. So we're going to be using console.log as a way to print stuff out to the console. So we'll talk about variables in a couple lectures, but I can come in here and, create some variables. I can do some stuff with them. Now I might want to check. So here I'm just trying to add two variables together. Now I might want to check, to see if this works. Well, I can do a console.log and I can log things to the console. So I'm storing that variable, this value 1 into this variable called num, this value 2 in this variable called num1, and then I'm storing the sum of them into the variable called sum. And now I can run this, and then it'll print that out to the console. So console.log allows me to print, words. It allows me to print numbers. We'll also see I can do messages. So I can actually pass it two things if I separate it by a comma. And I can even just do JavaScript in here. We're going to use console.logs a lot at the start. We'll even be able to use console.logs when we get to React, because we're going to be able to actually, in our browser, we're actually going to be able to see our logs in our browser once we move to React stuff. So we'll be able to see them here. But that's just a brief little setup into consoles. It's really great for debugging, troubleshooting. We really don't use console.logs in production. It really is kind of for tutorial, debugging, messages and warning type stuff. And also just kind of wanted to show you how I set up VS Code. I'll stop with the VS Code setup. As always, you can kind of do this what works for you, but from here on out, this is how I'm going to be doing it. Cool. See you in the next video.